Get her. Okay, so I'm going to start over. So we're going to be doing this class today on commissions, and I know for me, when I first learned commissions, I didn't understand it. Commissions actually are really simple to understand, but I think because we're so intense about really trying to figure it out, we kind of put little blocks there in our mind, and so we really wanted to go through and talk about it. This is a presentation that I've done before, like I said. But I mixed it up a little bit because I really felt like with new people coming on, one of the things that I really think that it's really important is that you learn the commissions and be able to speak with confidence, because the commissions are the base and the foundation of our business, right? We're doing this so we can make money. And I think that when you can speak with confidence about how to earn money with doTERRA, then it will be not a stopping point for you, or when people, when you talk to somebody, they don't understand. I don't know. I just don't feel right about this. And then they don't want to join because you're not being able to speak freely and confidently about it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And Praveen, tell me if it's not flipping through the sides, okay? Because I know in the past, some of my slideshow presentations weren't working, and I don't know. Is everything looking okay there?
Yes, Becky, it is.
Wonderful. Great. So the reason why we're doing this business is to build a residual income. And when you look up the word residual, what does that mean? What does everybody think about what residual income is? I've had many people who wanted to join the business and they wanted to just earn like a job. Like, this is a job, I'm going to start earning money right away. And it's going to be just like me putting in the hours and I'm going to get stuff back. You guys, this is not that. This is not a job. This is building a residual income. So it takes, when Larry and I started our print shop, we had to go to the bank, get a bank loan. We had to go write up a business plan. We had to go through and do all of these different things to make sure that I'm going to make you co-host, Praveen, so you can mute people. I'm going to mute everybody just so that way, getting a little bit of background noise. So, we had to go to a bank and get a loan and write a business plan and do all this hard work before we even earned a penny. And it took 6 months. We had to find a location for our print shop. We had to find equipment that we wanted. We had to really go through and lay down the foundation of our business. doTERRA calls this building the pipeline. So that's what you're doing. You're looking at connections. You're learning about the products. You're learning about, how to enroll people and how to do the class and how to do all these things. What is it that we're doing, right? And so I really came across this video that our upline actually put together. And this is just a short version of this video. And there's an actual half-hour version. So I'm going to go ahead and have you take a look at it here. Is that working, Praveen?
Back in 1999, I was going to college. I read a book, and it had a very impactful story that stuck with me ever since then. In fact, I was going to school to be a dentist. And when I read this book, I actually changed everything that I was doing and realized that I was actually going to school to haul buckets. Now, what I mean by that is this story. Basically, there's this guy. He lives in a village. The village is a couple miles away from the closest water source. And his job basically was to put a yoke on his back, hitched to 2 different buckets, and he'd make this hike every day. He'd fill his buckets up with water, walk back, and every day, all of his inventory was sold out. Everybody wanted what he had. Everybody needed what he had. He had an incredible job security. And if he wanted to make more money, he'd just simply make more trips. He would go back and forth as many times as he could. And every time he went back and forth, he'd make more money. And anyway, that's how he provided for his family. That's how the village got water. Well, another guy sees this and says, man, I want to take advantage of that because that guy's got perfect job security. Everybody needs his product. And so he fashions himself a yoke, gets a couple buckets and starts making trips the same as this other guy. Just like the other guy, everybody needed his product. He's making a good living. But what he ended up doing is Instead of making multiple trips per day, he would basically make one trip, and then he'd take whatever extra time he had and start building a pipeline. I guess you could say he was working full-time on his job and part-time on his fortune. Well, one man was hauling buckets back and forth, making more money than his friend. He worked day and night, night and day, first hauling buckets to make sure his family was taken care of, and then working nights and overtime trying to figure out how to build this pipeline, overcoming the concerns that he had to deal with, the rocks in the ground. He spent the time doing that to build this pipe consistently and persistently over time. Well, a few years later, he finally finishes the pipeline, gets it to the village, and eventually turns on a spigot. Now, at this point, everybody in the village can come and get as much water as they want. It's cooler, cleaner, fresher, better than the water he was hauling with buckets, and cheaper. Everybody could get it much more affordably. And he did this. He not only built an actual pipeline that was a pipeline of water, but he also built a financial pipeline, something that would pay him and his family and take care of his needs for the rest of his life. And that's basically what I realized when I was reading this book, going to college. I realized I was going to school to haul buckets. I wasn't building a pipeline, something that would take care of me and allow me to pursue my greater causes and higher purposes in life. I was basically working for money. And so basically what I did from that point on is I changed my career choice, and I've always tried to build pipelines. Over the last decade, every business venture I've gone into, I've tried to structure it in such a way. I had a software company recently, a marketing company before that. But every single one of these companies had something in common. It was an attempt to make a pipeline, and some of them were very successful. Some of them were spectacular failures. But either way, my pipeline, what I was trying to do is create this pipeline. Well, as I started building a doTERRA business, when I got introduced to this, immediately, okay, this is a pipeline. It's obvious how this is a pipeline. We create a residual income, something that when we're done, we turn on a spigot and we can provide for our family for a long, long time. I notice, however,
So basically what he's talking about is really going through and looking at what you're doing today in your business. What can you do to make duplication processes so that the business works for you while you are, retiring, and then your family can take over, and that it's going to be earning income for you for a long period of time. What is really great, there's a 30-minute long video on that, and you can Google Seth Resume. Praveen, do you know his name, and do you want to put it in the chat for everybody if you can find the video and just put the link? And then, so this video to me really gave me goosebumps, because Larry and I had ran our print shop, and I felt, even though I owned my business, I knew that when I retired, that it was always going to be having to do the work, like hauling the buckets, in order to pay myself and to pay the employees. And sometimes there was many times in my print shop where I didn't get paid at all. Like there was low times in the economy where I didn't come home with a paycheck. I had to pay the employees first. And it was very stressful. We had to go to a bank and get a loan, and they actually want your firstborn child and all these other things, right? And then, we had to pay this loan off no matter what. If we made no money, we had to pay that loan. And, or else they'll send the big guys back after you. We had equipment and inventory we had to invest in that always broke down. We had to train to run it. We had to keep it updated and upgraded all the time. We had to invent everything. We had to invent the procedures, the policy manuals, the prices, the inventory. We had to invest in all of that stuff to make this business work. What's really beautiful about network marketing is you don't have to invest in that. You have to invest in you. That's the investment is invest in you. You are the biggest asset. And if you don't invest in you through self-development, through learning and putting the time down, like digging the ditch and laying the pipe, if you don't invest in you, you just sit back waiting for some intervention to come down to you and that you're going to make all this money. I have it, it's not going to be that way. You have to put in the work to be able to lay that pipeline down. So the compensation plan is what today's class is about. We're going to talk about how to earn commissions with the 5 bonus systems. Now, you guys, there's many different ways that you can actually go through and earn income successfully. I've had people say, Becky, I'm not making very much money. Well, how is your Power 3 coming? How are you taking advantage of the sharing bonus? Are you having some inventory to sell retail profit? And how is your business structured in your unilevel to be able to ensure that you're getting the most payout that you can get? And so we're going to go through and talk through all those things here. Now, many of you have seen this chart where we go through and talk about the leadership ranks and what the volume needs to be each month to be able to earn those leadership ranks. So let me just go through and do a deep dive first in the program, we call the loyalty reward program. And I know all of you guys are going and saying, Becky, but the loyalty reward program isn't talking about commissions. It is too. You cannot have any commissions if you're not invested in the loyalty reward program. If I were to say if there's any money that's investing in this business, it's in the loyalty reward program with monthly orders. And the whole program is designed around living a wellness lifestyle. And this wellness lifestyle is all about nutrition, getting exercise and moving your body, helping you with your stress and managing your rest and stuff like that. And your natural self-care, which is things like detoxing the body, detoxing the home, and informing everybody on self-care. You guys, I really feel that if we're not focused on this lifestyle chart and not focused, then we're not focused on the loyalty reward program. We want to go through and talk about all the different ways these oils can be inserted into this chart so that way people know how to use the oils. They're using them to benefit their body. The oils do not work when they're in a bottle. They only work when you put them on you, in you, and around you. And so when you're teaching your team, you're teaching your customers and everybody this information, it's very important to be able to help encourage them in regards to the loyalty reward program and to be able to use these oils on a monthly basis. So again, the loyalty reward program is also a huge incentive where you're helping people earn deeper discounts. So when I'm talking to people about, some people come on and they look at the prices and they go, gosh, it seems expensive. And I'm like, what if I could tell you could actually get these at 55% off? And they're like, well, I want to learn more about that. Like, would it be worth it to you to invest in your body, to invest in your family, in proactive healthcare if you were able to receive 55% off? And everybody always says yes. And the reason is that we can go through and show them that the more loyal they are, the deeper discounts they'll get. So each month 1 through 3, when you place an order each month, you'll get 10% back in product credit points. These product credit points you can use to purchase and get free product, free, you guys. And so when you're talking to you as a new customer or a new business builder, and when you're talking to your new customers or new business builders, this is really where the value is. It doesn't matter if you're building the business or not, they're going to earn deeper discounts every month and get free product back. I was talking to a person who wanted to buy some frankincense, and I say I get my frankincense for free because I always go through and use my product credit points for that. And they're like, wow, gosh, you get that much money in an oil for free. And you guys, there's so many different ways that you can look at the cost value and how you can put those rewards together for people to ensure that they could see the value of what the loyalty reward program is. And so this is really just really important. So again, you and your customer get these benefits. And the goal is to continue placing these orders each month. So if we go through and look at this chart here, To maintain your loyalty reward points, you need to be at least placing 1 point. Now, I had a business builder, actually, who's been with me for a long time, today asked me, well, he's not getting any points in his account. Well, you need to place a loyalty reward order. And so in India, when you first sign up, there's a little purple bar or a box that you click on that says you want to be enrolled in the loyalty reward program. And so if you did not click that, you can go back, log into your account, and make sure you have that clicked on so that you can be active in this program. Now, doTERRA was when we were in the global access account, they were a little bit lenient on this, but now that doTERRA is opened up in India, you need to place your order every month, right? Each month, so that way you can maintain or actually keep those points in the account. If you miss a month, then doTERRA says, oh, you're not being loyal, we're going to take those points away. So make sure you are always taking advantage of at least ordering a lemon or something like that, so that you have an oil to share or to resell, right? Now to continue going up in points, to earn more points, you want to order at least 50 PV, okay? Your points will not increase the ladder if you do 49 PV. You will remain at the 10%, even if you're on your 5th month. If you're not ordering over 50 PV, you will remain at this 10% level. Okay, so to earn commissions, you need to have your investment in your business ordering 100 PV, okay? So if you're at 99 PV and you enrolled 10 people and they all did big orders, you're not going to earn commissions. So you need to go back and always keep an eye on it. Here's the trick, you guys, is you need to order. I would totally teach your downline to place your order between the 1st and the 15th. As a business builder, that should be your commitment. Don't wait till the end of the month, because if everybody's waiting till the 29th, you have no way of knowing where your business is at. You need to be ordering, I would say, between the 1st and the 5th. Then you can look, if you're teaching everybody on your team to be ordering the 1st and the 5th, and tell them to order 125 PV, they will get the free product of the month. And that's a free product that they actually can use to resell, to use for sharing, to use as incentives. And then that way you can look at your business and you can say, oh, here's where some of my holes are. This is where I need to focus on and to be able to work on building your team. So the product of the month is by the 1st and the 15th, you need to order 125 PV. To participate in the product promotions, which doesn't happen every month. So it's a really good idea right when the first day of the month opens up, go look at the team chart or the team app, or go to doTERRA India Facebook page and look and see what the product of the month promotion is and see if there's going to be a 200 PV. Because if you place 125 PV, you may not earn the product of the month. It needs to be 200 PV. So keep an eye out for that. Sometimes it's even 150. So, okay, now, so what are the requirements? Again, you need to personally have 100 PV on your loyalty reward order. So it will look like this on your account. It will have a purple little PV, and you can see here that this is an example of an order that will have 130 PV. Notice that sometimes those dollar or the Indian rupee amount is going to be higher, especially for enrollment kits or diffusers, or when you're buying things that are not just specific oils, it's going to be a higher dollar amount or Indian rupee amount to make that purchase. So always keep an eye on the PV in the invoice, in the template when you're building up your order. Okay. Now, here are the ways you can earn those commissions to be very successful. doTERRA wants you to build your structure on the power of 3. This is the area where you're going to earn the best if you go through and you build your team just with one person and you have lots of people under that one person, you're not going to be earning a bonus of 3,000 Indian rupees. And so you want to focus on finding your 3 people first, and then getting them to place their orders at 125 PV, or actually this example here, each person would need to order 150 PV to have the total volume of 600 team volume. Now you can have another person here and another person here. So you can have 5 people or 6 people on your top line. All of that top line volume will count for your 600 PV. So if this person did 100, this person did 100, and this person did 100, and you had maybe another person over here who did 100, and by the time you add up all the orders that total 600 PV, that's perfect. So your goal then is to train each leader to do the same thing, that they need to find their 3 leaders to do that. And if you can have everybody focused on building on the power of 3 so that you can earn the next bonus. So for example, let's say you have your team this month getting the power of 3. Now, it's the 15th today, right? You guys are celebrating Independence Day. Yay. It is so fun to know that our country also has an Independence Day from Europe. So you guys do the same thing. And it's just independent. How do you need to be independent as a person, right? So this is part of learning your independence as well. But if you're going through and training your team to do the same thing, you are working towards your independence. So your second level, you're going to earn 15,000 Indian rupees. You won't get 3,000 plus 15,000. It's just the 3, I shouldn't say just, it's an incredible 15,000 Indian rupees, right? And then if you have all of these people or placing the order and you're on your third level of power of 3, then you'll earn 85,000 Indian rupees. Now, how many of you guys would love to have 85,000 Indian rupees as an extra bonus? Just because you were telling your leaders to train their leaders to make sure they get the orders placed. Okay. Now, if everybody is waiting for everybody to place an order, nobody's making any money, right? So people follow what the leader is doing. So if you are not placing an order, you're not teaching your team to place orders. So it's really important to understand that that's a duplication process that you've created. So what is it that you want? It's so important to invest in your business and actually start placing those orders. And then you have the oils to share. You have the oils to sell. You have oils to use as an experience, right? To be able to share with people what that experience was. Okay, so now note that most orders, when you're doing the team volume for other bonus systems, need to be on the loyalty reward point system. But on the power of 3, it doesn't need to be for some reason. So that is really nice. Now, everybody in India should be on the loyalty reward program. So if you're a leader here, please go back and look at your downline and ensure that that box is clicked on. Even if they're not placing an order every month, you just want to be able to start your business off correctly to be able to fill in those spots, okay? Any questions, Praveen? How are we doing? So basically the ideal structure here is, I love this chart. It's really powerful. When you're talking about your level 1, so this is you, and then your level 1, we teach you to go through and write down a list of everybody you know in your life. Take your cell phone and go through and all your contacts, all the people, everybody you know as your neighbors that go to your church, for example, or go to your other groups that you have, write down everybody. And then sit down and evaluate if they're into natural solutions, if they're somebody who can invest in doing 100 PV every month, if there's someone who is not afraid to talk in front of people, they're not shy. You know, who do you want as the ideal business partner? So if you go through this list of people you write down, rate them based on each qualification that you want as a leader. And then if they get a point in each one, then they have a higher number that you're going to go through, and you're going to actually want to talk to them first, because you're going to want them to be on your top line. And believe me, everybody always kicks themselves if they don't have somebody if they just put somebody here that wants to just buy an oil from time to time, and they don't have the business skill set, they don't really aren't interested in doing the business, have never placed a 100 PV order, and they're on your top line, it's going to cause you lots of issues, because when you start placing people underneath them and they're not placing an order, you're going to be stuck. And so really look for people who are willing to commit. And we call that a critical conversation. So if you talk to them and say, hey, look, give me a minute. I really would love to talk to you about something that's really important to me. And if you're a no, totally get it. That's so fine. So make sure you give them an out, and it's a comfortable conversation, and then say, I'm really, really serious about this business, and I'm looking for people who want to be serious with me. And if you are one of those people who think you could see the power of a residual income, and that know that it's not going to be easy at first, that they're going to do a lot of work to be able to start building your team structure, are you somebody who would like to be that with me? And if you're a no, that's fine. I just need to understand where you are. And if I didn't ask you, then you would be mad at me, right? I have people who are seriously mad at me for not actually having this conversation with them, that they didn't know that they can actually earn money with this because I was too afraid to share that with them. And they'll probably say yes or no, whatever, great. Then you know where to place them. Because if they're going to share and invite people to a class, that's great. But that's really different than being someone who is serious and committed and capable and serious about running with you. So you would put them underneath another leader, right? So that you can have them help build that structure. And then if you have customers, then you put them down here. Like my mom, she's one of those people for me. I put her on the top line. She's not doing the business. She's 80 years old. She loves the oils. I can count on her placing an order every month, but I'm running her business for her. And it's so much more work. If I had a leader here that actually was calling her people, supporting them, doing that, if I had all these people doing that and I'm supporting these people and they're supporting these people, it's going to make a huge difference in how fast your business will grow. And so that is really, really just super important, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to show you this video here. This is an older video. We'll see if it works here. I love that video, and it's showing basically all of the everything in dollar amounts. And so let's take a look at it again. It's the first level you receive 3,000 Indian rupees. The second level you receive 15,000 Indian rupees, and the third level will be 85,000 Indian rupees. So again, it's all in the power of actually making sure that your team is duplicating that first level effort. Okay. And so when you come across a customer or somebody like that, doTERRA has other bonuses too, right? That you get no matter what type of person you're enrolling, if they're a business person or a customer, and it's called this sharing bonus. This sharing bonus is designed to help increase your income for the first 60 days that you enroll that new person. It's not your enrollment, it's that new person that you enrolled that you're going to earn 25% commission off that person. So let's pretend this is that new person down here. So for you, you're going to earn 25% for 60 days. So an ideal thing would be is to enroll, like if you are focused on having your team in the first 15 days, get their LRP points going, get their orders going, looking at what the bonuses are as far as doTERRA's offering, and have everybody do that, focus on that on the first 15 days. And the next 15 days, focus on having classes and all this stuff. So people are enrolling, and they're going to be the last 15 days of the month, the following month, and the first 15 days of the third month. So you're going to take, it could cross over 3 months of time of actually earning 25% of their orders. Now, if you enroll somebody on the first of the month and that's the next month, really, you're only going to get 2 orders out of that. So a really good way to power up and take advantage of the LRP orders and the enrollment order is to do it towards the last half of the month. Then you have some advantage. Okay, so now let's say I enrolled somebody and I get 25% on that. Then the next month I teach them how to enroll somebody, and then I get 10% of that enrollment. So let me go through that just a little bit more clearly. So I saw Sadur on the call here. It's good to see you, Sadur. But let's say I enroll Sadur on September 1st. And let's say he buys the Simple Solutions kit. I know that's not available in India. I just was something easy to sit here, stick on this slide. But I will earn 25% of that order that Sadur made. So this is how much, it's 78.90 Indian rupees. So 25% of that is this. So I would earn 1990 Indian rupees off that order. Now, if I teach Sadur to have a class and I tell Sadur, let's get some people in a class and let's get some people enrolled. And he goes, okay, great. Well, he enrolls Martha. And guess what? Martha buys the same thing he buys because that's what Sadur knew. He said, I love the Simple Solutions kit. And again, it's 78.90 Indian rupees. And Sadur will earn a bonus of 1990. And I will earn a bonus of 789. Now, again, this has, momentum is everything. And the bigger the kit you have people enroll with, like a 200 PV kit, they're going to teach that 200 PV kit to their enrollments too. That's going to really help you bring your commissions up because people are stepping up with the larger kit because they're committed to their health. This really goes back when we were talking about your residual income and what your investment is and how hard you're going to work. You can work really hard, but if you're only selling a lemon oil, you're doing so much work to be getting just a small profit. So the goal is to be really smart about the loyalty reward program and to teach people how they can use these oils within the wellness consult, how these oils can be really beneficial, and learning about the oils and the power of them to be able to sell that to people so that they would actually see the value in the bigger kit. So the unit level compensation plan is where after 60 days, then everything goes to the unit level. So Sadur, after 60 days, then he's not getting the 25% commissions, he's getting these level commissions. So when we go back and look at the power of 3 structure, let's say Sadur ordered, he has a monthly PV of 50 when he first enrolled, and he enrolled Martha. And so Martha, for 2 months, they do nothing. And then on the third month, they decided to order something. Well, he's going to get 2% off what Martha orders. Then maybe Martha does a class and she enrolls people on her second level. And then it actually takes the volume up for Sadur at 500 PV, overall team volume, right? And so he will be able to get paid out on the second level at 3% and the first level at 2%. Then Sadur says, okay, Martha, let's have your downline, them. Now they got the oils, let's do a wellness consult. Let's encourage them to have a class. So then you're now working on your third level. And then at that class, everybody places an order. And then in the meantime, you're going back and having the people who got their oils, you did a wellness consult. So they place an order for the next month. This is the next month. You're actually building your levels down, all the while building up your volume. Your goal is to encourage everybody to be ordering every month so that you're not just building your volume. I'm seeing some leaders, they don't go back to their original customers, so they're not ordering. And so they're encouraging these people to order. And you know what's happening is you're having a break in your structure. So the loyalty reward program, this is why it's so key to have people understand their deeper discounts, the more they order every month, that they're retaining their residual income. So it's kind of like if you go to a restaurant and you order a meal and the server comes up to you and asks you if you want coffee and you say no. Okay, the server says no, right? Okay, and they go to the next table. But let's say if that's you, and you're telling your team, you know, hey, do you want some coffee? And they're saying no, then what is the value that you're presenting to them that doesn't have them want to order those oils? And so being able to show them how to make the oils within different products, how to use them throughout their home, how to use them to bring their stress down, how, you know, all the different powers and benefits that these oils have can be used throughout your home, cooking, everything. And you can tell by going back in your back office, you can see what people are ordering, and you can kind of guess that they have less product knowledge, that they need more product knowledge. And so that's an area where you're going to focus on. Now, elite is called the core rank. When you get to 3,000 team volume in that month, you guys, this is monthly volume. It goes back to 0 on the first. So you are counting on everybody placing an order each month, right? So let's say you were director 1 month, and then it goes back down to 0. You're counting on these people placing another order, learning about the product, and going higher up. The higher up you get, when you get to elite, that's the core rank, you're getting paid out on the 6th level. Now, I've seen some teams have 7 and 8 and 9 people on their level. They're not getting paid on level 6 and level 7. So if you go back and you look at the power of 3 structure, you can tell that they're not building in the power of 3. They're doing what we call tap rooting, because they think that they're going to get 7%, but they're not even ranking executive or elite. They're not going to get paid 7% down on these people. So really take a look at it, really be mindful on looking at what rank you are, how deep your team is, and if you're getting paid on that. Premier, you're going to be now, the first level is starting to have 2 leaders, 2 legs, have a volume of executive. Now, executive is a 2,000 team volume. So you're going to need to have a leader here and a leader here ranking executive. And your overall team is going to have 5,000 PV. So you can't just count on the volume of this leader and this leader. You need a third leader or other people on your team that's going to be ranking you up at 5,000 overall volume. And silver is the first rank that you have where you're going to unlock level 7 and get 7%. You need 3 leaders. So this is where the dynamics of really learning how to duplicate yourself and to be able to have your leaders do what you're doing. And if you have people on your top line that are customers, it's going to be very painful every month to be able to be building and working on their downline. Now, you may think, oh, I've done this before. I'm really good at running a business. I don't mind having my mom be on my top line, like I said. I tell you, as your team grows and gets bigger, it's going to make a huge difference. So really have that critical conversation when you're doing those first enrollments. And maybe you're a little bit shy about talking to someone who is a really strong business leader. Maybe they're intimidating to you. You guys, this is where the really strong leaders come from, is being able to be brave and actually stepping up and asking them to join your team. Really strong leaders like that. They want to see someone who's willing to be brave and ask them that question. So platinum level, then you're going to, gold level is the magic one we're going to, where you want 3 leaders to be premier. Again, premier is having 2 leaders executive. So that is building on the 3rd line, right? Having three deep of leaders. So that is why that power 3 structure is really, really super important. Are there any questions, Praveen? You guys understanding that? Okay, so as we go up to platinum, again, we're still at 3 leaders being silver. But notice, to be diamond, you need 4 leaders. To be silver, all of a sudden, you have to have another leg at silver. So notice how that duplication process is going to get really honed in. When you're new at this, you're probably still trying to polish your invite. You're still trying to polish your classes, still trying to get better at these things, which is really great. The only way you can get better is doing them more, having more of that duplication. If you did 5 classes in a week, it's going to be better than doing 5 classes in 6 months, right? You're going to be able to get to these ranks quicker. Now, I wanted to share with you the uni-level bonus in Indian rupees compared to other multiple level marketing companies. Now, this is really important to know. So we have the levels here and how many people usually are on the first level. You get paid 2% from doTERRA, and the amount you're earning in Indian rupees is around 561. Now, again, these amounts all vary depending on what the person's ordering, if it's within the fast start bonus, all that stuff. So if you were to look at another multiple level marketing company, they're going to have 7% on their top line as a payout. Wow, that's a big difference, right? And they're going to be earning more. So if you're from another network marketing company and you're used to seeing that structure, you're going to be disappointed only earning this at first. You guys, that's not where the game is at. The game is at our 7th level at 7%, because at the other network marketing companies, they're only paying at 2%. They flipped the chart. doTERRA has the chart flipped so that you can be earning. Look at the difference. I don't even know how to say that in Indian rupees. Is it 14 lakh? I think it's 14 lakh. I'm not sure. United States, this is only $409,000, which is, still pretty good. But I can be earning $1,400,000. That's like $1 million more in United States dollars. So a huge difference when you're going through and looking at building this out in the power of 3 and being able to see the benefits of that structure really work for you. So again, let's take a look at here. This is where building to premier, where you're going to have 2 leaders on your top line, being at 2,000 volume on their team, overall team volume. And you're going to be earning around 67,000 Indian rupees, give or take. Again, it depends on the volume people are ordering, your power of 3 structure, your fast start bonus. And I shouldn't be calling that fast start bonus for India. India changed it to sharing bonus due to the guidelines of the India government. And so sharing bonus is, I like that better anyway, because that gives us the mindset of being of service, right? But you want to do that in 60 days. The faster you can get momentum when you enroll somebody, if they're able to get their orders going, get the oils in their hands, learn the wellness consult, experience the oils, they're going to be opening their mouth up and sharing with others, because these oils truly are incredible. Now, what that looks like to be at the rank premier, you're going to want these 2 leaders to be at 2,000 volume. Depending on what you're teaching them to buy or teaching them to sell, if you want 10 people That's not very many people to work with, right? 10 people is very easy to get to, and they're ordering a kit at 200 PV. You only need 20 people if you have 2 liters. That's very easy to do. Now, if they're only ordering 150 PV, then you need 30 people. That's 10 more people to reach out and talk to. That's 10 more people to bring to doTERRA. And if you're only doing 100 PV, then you need 40 people to get there. So you can see where actually having the value of really understanding the oils and teaching the value of proactive healthcare to people is going to be really important. Again, here's the rank of silver, where how many people is it going to take for you to enroll to be silver? I get that question a lot for gold and silver and gold when you start getting these leadership ranks. Well, of course, it depends on if these people are actively enrolling and building and doing their classes. If they're not, and you're doing the classes for them, you have many more people to reach, right? So now let's take a look here at the gold level. Gold has 3 premiers. And so, if you're going back to premier, how many people is it going to take? So each premier, you have 10 people or you have 20 people. So if you're going to go here and you're going to have 10 people, so you have 10, 20, 30, or if you have 20 people, that's 60 people, you guys, that you have to talk to and have on your team. So how are you going to be working on your duplication process, and how are you going to be selling and promoting the doTERRA business? All depends on what you're speaking, what you're understanding on the commission levels, and how you're able to have it move faster and quicker for you. Okay. Again, so we have the retail customer bonus, which I didn't really go through today, but a lot of people, when they're doing their 100 PV, maybe they want to purchase some oils to resell. People love when they come to a class, maybe they want a peppermint right away. Maybe you do a drawing at your classes where people win an oil. Maybe you do something like that where you can have some of those incentives there. Now, I like to use an incentive that if you have someone host a class and they have maybe 10 people show up, then you can give them a free oil because they had 10 people show up in their class. Or if they get a free oil for every enrollment that happens at 200 PV. So use these oils as an investment in your business. We can go back to the conversation about starting a brick and mortar business and going to the bank and getting a loan. Well, this is an investment in you. You are the asset of what you're doing in your business. And maybe this is a good way to really take a look at it and use these oils for people to learn and experience with them, right? Okay, we covered the sharing bonus pretty quickly earlier on. And then the structure of your Power 3, that is really important. We covered that pretty good. And then your unilevel, right? So any questions, Praveen? How are we doing? We have a pretty quiet group today. Any questions there?
No, Becky, no questions so far.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so here's a screenshot of the back office. This is where you start to look at your unit levels. So you can look and see here your levels that you have. You can look and see where the current ranks are on these people. And then you can see what their orders have been and what the overall team volume is and what the product value order, this is what their individual order is. So you can look at this every day. If you're running to go to gold for foundership, you're going to be wanting to focus on this every day. Look, this person here, she ordered 349 PV. She looks like she's a good order person, right? She's ordering a good volume every month. This person, the leader, is consistent. She's ordering something every month. Now, you can go down and start looking at, well, this person's not ordering very much. You guys, I don't want you to take my conversation I'm saying here today that this person's not important. They're very important. They fill in those gaps. Have you often wondered how Starbucks coffee can make a huge business out of selling coffee 1 cup at a time? And so the goal to be founder is to have, I think it's 50 to 60% of everybody on the loyalty reward program. She's on your loyalty reward program. This person here is actually someone that you do want. It's better to have someone ordering one thing, like a lemon oil or something, than nothing at all. This actually will go take away from your percentage points to be the qualification of a gold person in foundership. Now, I don't know if you've heard that there's been a new gold leader announced in Delhi, and this person made that gold rank in 2 months. And so when you think about that momentum of being able to go really fast, all that volume that they did in 2 months, all that sharing bonus they got, they were really able to get that power of 3, all that stuff happened to be able to have them really get an income to invest back in their business. So momentum is very important. Okay. Now, I just wanted to point this out to you. This person here ordered 8890 Indian PV, excuse me, and they seem to be ordering kind of around the 100 PV. If they ordered 11 PV more, then they would have got commissions, you know. Well, I guess they don't have a downline on them, but you can go through and look and see if somebody has the overall volume, then they can get commissions. I have a lot of people in the India market where there's like a team volume of 3,000 right here, and they're not placing orders. So they're leaving money on the table. They're not going to earn commissions. So as a leader, you want to be keeping an eye out and teaching everybody to order between the 1st and the 15th so that you can keep an eye on who's missing out. I've also heard that some of the government employees still are waiting for some checks, that they're really slow on their paychecks. Well, you should be able to use your accounts receivable to actually help pay for this if you have a volume underneath. So that is a really good encouragement for those people to actually do a class, have a class. If they're waiting around for their paycheck to do an order, have them do a class. And if they can get 10 people to that class and have 5 people place an order, that might be enough for them to actually get their 100 PV to place an order and earn commissions on it. So really, it's just a way for them to look at it and see, and encouraging them to be able to do more classes and whatnot. So the last empowerment bonus that I want to talk about, this is something that India, it's specific to India. And then there's a leadership bonus as well. But I wanted to share this is really powerful, that when you become a premier leader, it seems to happen, but it shouldn't, is that we want to train you to always be doing classes and enrolling as a leader, because your downline is going to be duplicating what you do. I've had 9 enrollments since July 1st. And so I'm busy enrolling people, right? I'm busy working on people and helping them and showing them the way. That's what I want to be duplicating on my team too. And so if we go back and look at, you get a share for that enrollment of the commissionable cells in India. Now, India's just started. They're putting aside 1.25 commissionable cells profits of India cells of all of India, and they're giving you 1 share, and that 1 share will be how many people made that rank of premier that month. You'll get 1 share of that. And so let's say there's 50, so you get 1/50th of that. If it's 100, you get 1/100th of that. And whatever that dollar amount is, it could be a lot, it could be little, it just depends on what the cells are. So I hope that explained that. Now, when you get to silver, if you do an enrollment, you get 1 share. And if you're gold and you do 2 enrollments, now remember, you have to rank gold that month. It couldn't be your highest rank. It has to be meeting that rank that month. Just like with anything else, when you're looking at the uni level, when you're going back and looking at the uni level here, if your highest rank is gold, that doesn't mean every month you're going to be getting paid out at 7% down here. That if you ranked elite that month, you're only getting paid out this, even though your highest rank could have been gold. So always, it's really important to be keeping yourself building on that team and on all those levels. Okay. Okay, so sharing bonus now. This isn't a very clear screenshot. I don't know why. I have really good artwork on that. But the Founders Club, again, is really what everybody is really wanting to do. And I, like Suzanne and I, really love to share that we would love to have everybody on our team to be founders. And and to help incentivize you guys to do whatever it takes to make that happen. Again, this is 40 positions. They cap it out at 40. When all those 40 positions are filled, they're filled. And you have to, if you're one of those people who get a seat as meeting the requirements of ranking gold and keeping that gold rank 3 times for that year, and then the following year, it's going to need to be 10 times out of 12. And then the next year, it's probably going to need to be ranking the next rank. You need to be on platinum. Okay, so they're going to be increasing those requirements because they want you to be growing as a leader. So that is real important. And again, commissions are paid on the 15th or around the 15th of each month. The fast start bonus, or I should put sharing bonus on there, is paid the following week on a Thursday. So if you enrolled somebody on a Monday, it'll be the following week on a Thursday or Friday. So if you've gone through and actually, this is another question that I've had from many people, is when you were with us in the global access market, if you're one of those people that were with us and you actually were seeing your commission show up consistently on your back office, you knew how much commissions you had and were making very easily because it was showed up right there. But if you filled out an automatic deposit form, you're not going to see that there because it's paying you directly. So it's either one or the other. My recommendation is that you always have it be deposited into your bank account at your India bank. Don't keep it on the doTERRA site because you could be earning more and more commissions where then you got to use them up on, you can only use that money on doTERRA. You can't use that money on any other thing. So put it in your hands and use it flexibly, okay? So I hope that answered that question. Now here's the promotion that we really want you to take advantage of. You guys, this is a huge, huge promotion. If you enroll somebody this month and they order 100 PV, you get 50 PV in your bank account, on your loyalty reward program. You get 50 PV. It will probably show up the following month. It doesn't show up immediately because you have to meet those requirements already. Commissions don't pay out until the 15th of the following month. So if we go back to this chart here, when we're talking about payout, if you have your automatic deposit going into your bank, you won't see it there until around the 15th. Now, if the 15th, like today, is on a holiday, you're not going to see it till tomorrow, right? Because the computers don't run until tomorrow. If it's on a Friday, you probably won't see it till the following Monday. So you want to be a little flexible. It doesn't happen exactly on the 15th of each month. Okay, here's an announcement that we are very excited to make. Oh, let me go back. I didn't finish this conversation. I apologize. I don't want to keep bouncing around, but you get 50 PV points as well as your new enrollment. You guys, that's like getting an extra 50 PV in their account, you and your new enrollment. That's giving them bonus points to place an order the following month. You have to take advantage of this. The more people you enroll, the more money you'll get. So if you're one of those people who are maybe shy right now about with your income, you are having a little bit of difficulties, you're just getting started, enroll. These LRP points are given and give you free product where you can turn around and sell retail at you're making 100% profit. So I would take advantage of enrolling as many people that you can today for the next 2 weeks. And today's a holiday, right? So you're meeting with your friends and family and you're celebrating. It's the perfect time to be sharing with them these beautiful oils. Okay, so here we go with this announcement. This announcement came to me yesterday, and if you have questions on it, I probably can't answer them all the way because Suzanne sent it to me from her upline, which is Natalie Goddard. Natalie Goddard is a beautiful soul, and I am so excited. I sure am praying and hoping that she comes to the grand opening on November 9th. This is a historic event. We want everyone on our teams to make it there. And so here's an incentive for you guys to get there. Natalie is going to pay part of this, and so is some of our other team leaders, and then me. And Suzanne, so if you're on Suzanne's team, she'll be paying part of it. And if you're on my team, I'll be paying part of it. but we really want to get you guys to the grand opening. This is a grand opening promotion. So you will not get paid this until after you committed to your plane ticket, after you committed to your hotel room and you show up. We will pay this after the fact. So you have to invest in you first. And this is a ranking and an enrollment incentive that you will earn 8,000 Indian rupees if you have 2 enrollments in August, 3 enrollments in September, and 2 enrollments in October. Okay. And it has to be by October 15th. Notice there? So this is a go, go, go thing, right? Now, many of you, I know on Suzanne's team probably do too, but I know some of our leaders who this is easy peasy to do. This is really easy. But this is the money to help get you guys to the grand opening. Now, some of you can, maybe some of your upline can actually rent a house. I know there's Airbnbs and VBMROs or whatever it is that you can actually rent a house with a kitchen where you can all share the expenses and cook in the house, so you don't have to pay money out to go to a restaurant and incur more expenses. That's what we do when we go to our convention in Utah, is I rent a house and have a bunch of leaders with me. It's so much fun. It's such an experience. And so bonus number 2 is actually reaching some ranks. So first-time director, first-time executive. So if you become a silver for the first time and you started out as director, you will earn just this. You're not going to get all of these. Okay. I have to be clear on that. So these are some incredible bonuses. You can see how much excited we would love for you to be gold and show up at the convention and walk across the stage as gold. There's going to be a leadership retreat at the convention. So if you are at a leadership rank, I'm not sure what it's going to be, if it's going to be elite or above. It could be elite or above. That can actually turn out to this training, and that will be really incredible, you guys. Now, when I come to India in November, I'm going to come to Kohima, Dimapur, Manipur. I'm going to go to Assam. I'm going to go to Calcutta, and we'll be in Mumbai. So a lot of my leaders in those areas. I'm going to do a Race to Elite training class for a lot of the newer leaders and whatnot, to help you understand more and how to reach to elite, what the roadblocks are, and all that stuff. So take a screenshot of this, you guys, and use this as a leader for a duplication process to be able to help incentivize your team and everything like that. Isn't that a wonderful, wonderful incentive, you guys? I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. So if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself.